Hi everyone, I'm finally ready to face my fears and do this cringe with me video. The reason why I decided to do it is because while I am quite proud, like I feel like the inner child, the young me, the 6-year-old me is looking at 32-year-old me and going,
oh my goodness, you did it. You know, us little old us who grew up in Garangua managed to get a commencement speech in one of the most globalized cities in the world. Wow, amazing.
And then on the other hand, as somebody who's lived through it, I feel like, that was quite an interesting experience and I'm not 100% happy with my speeches. I don't think I ever am. After making a speech or a presentation, I'm hardly ever always 100% happy with how I delivered my speech. But I thought I'd come here. I actually originally wanted to come with a glass of champagne, but to be in solidarity with my South African comrades and peoples who are under an alcohol ban, the second one since the lockdown started, I'm just going to be sipping on some water with you. Water's better anyway. They say water is not the enemy. I get it. So we're going to get started. And I'm going to put the video in here somewhere and we're going to watch it together. Of course, if you feel like you want to watch this on your own without interruptions and commentary from me, you're more than welcome to follow the link in the bio and go and check them out. So there's 2 videos that I'm doing. The one was for my program, which is a bachelor's program, which is specifically designed for people who left the school or academic space and are returning to it at a later point. I am a prime example of someone like that because it took me 10 years to come back. But I finally did it. And in 2 years instead of 4. So I'm very proud of myself for that. And I'm wearing the graduation garb, you know, minus this thing. It's really like, I feel like I look like Big Bird. You know Big Bird from Sesame Street? When I put this on, I feel like I look like Big Bird. So I'll put it on for a second, like I'm barely putting it on. And the tassel is really cute. It's got like a 2020 in gold type thing. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there we go. And yeah, okay, that's enough. So let's get started. I'm going to watch the video on a different screen. All right, cool. Boom.
Came as a result of
I have to rewind. Okay, let's go. Boom. Look at that. Okay, this is a little bit more complicated than I realized, but I've managed to put it on a different screen. So I'll be facing this way to look at the actual video, but I'll insert it on the screen so that you can see it quite easily. All right, let's go.
My decision to finally return to academia following a 10-year hiatus came as a result of feeling stagnant in my career. This scared me.
Okay, pause. Let's start here. Why do I look like this is a hostage negotiation video? Okara, somebody said, you have to make a video in order to get your family and friends to give us the money, ransom money. Where's the lighting? Now, I'm a big proponent and fan of the do what you can where you are with what you have. And I've been saying that for a long time. It was inspired by my sister who used to say that to me all the time. And now I've taken it on board. And I think when you grow up poor, you kind of apply that philosophy anyway. You just don't maybe call it that. And I was using my busted up computer. I had 2 cell phone lights facing me to record this. Number 2, tell me why I'm wearing a whole skirt, scared on my head. I know do what you can where you are with what you have, but I think I took it a step too far. But you know what? I rock with it. I think it looks nice. Let's keep moving.
Because I believe that college was for a certain kind of someone, not me. I also felt that institutions of higher learning were factories that mass-produced workers simply to serve a capitalist society.
I still feel that way. Just born away. But moving along, conversation for another day.
With time, I realized that an additional reason for my reluctance was rooted in false beliefs about the age one should be at certain milestones, such as completing a college degree.
Now, I wasn't just saying that, I really mean it. I meant it when I said that I did believe that there were certain milestones that were supposed to be reached at certain ages. And I think a lot of us believe that. Like, even me doing this YouTube channel now, as someone who actually originally wanted to start it like 10 years ago, I've actually hidden some of the videos that I used to make, is testament to this idea of just picking things up regardless of the age that you're at. I'm going to try and have as minimal commentary as possible, but it's hard. Also, do you know what I realized? I look expressionless, emotionless, and exhausted. Do you know why? Because I was expressionless, emotionless, and exhausted by the time this video came out. Do you know how many times I recorded this video? Across how many days? And I'm recording this video around like 3 a.m. Okay? From 3 a.m. to like 6 a.m. I did this for like 4 days in a row because during the day there just wasn't time. I think anybody who has kids understands this. You know, we had a lot of young children in the household, so you tend to them, and then when everybody's asleep, that's when you get a chance to actually do your own thing. So yeah, that's part of what's going on there. I'm gonna try my best to be quiet until the very end and give my commentary from there. Okay? All right.
Having just turned 30 when I applied, I got caught up playing the comparing lives game, and I definitely started believing that I was too old. On my first day of college, following a 36-hour flight from South Africa via Qatar the day before, I attended my first class where I met an inspiring 70-something former actress. Her presence had a calming effect and seemed to be a direct answer from the universe addressing my fears. There's no such thing as being too old for education. My time at the new school has in no way been a smooth ride. Anyone who has had to deal with a hold on their student account, especially a financial hold, will understand exactly what I mean. Resolving those should be considered an Olympic sport. One of the things I have enjoyed the most about the new school is sitting alongside classmates from all walks of life. People who have shared stories about the experiences that have shaped them the most. I heard from sex workers in the porn industry, former inmates, psychiatrists, recovering addicts, top athletes, professional opera singers, refugees, veterans who served their country with pride, others with regret. I met people who expressed their identity in ways I had never encountered in real life. My understanding of gender expression and sexual preference continues to deepen in a manner I don't believe would be possible had I not been at the new school. These people have helped me feel comfortable in my own skin. They've empowered me to own my story with all its imperfections. I have a long list of people to thank. I couldn't mention them all right now in this speech. But first and foremost, my warrior of a mother for supporting my wild dreams with a healthy dose of caution and unshakable encouragement. She's been a middle school teacher for over 35 years, and my time at the new school has given me an even deeper respect for the role of educators. Mom, I've got my first degree now. You can breathe a sigh of relief. Within the new school community, I would like to thank Chrissy Roden for assisting me with lightning speed with whatever I needed. Melanie Hart and Professor Maya Wiley for being real-life powerhouses who always reminded me that I belong. Mary Watson for letting me cry in her office, judgment-free. Sorry about that, Mary. The creative writing program was my unofficial home where I have many people to thank, but especially Susan Shapiro for giving me the hard kick in the butt I needed to get published and even paid for my work. Never did I ever imagine that anyone would pay me actual money for my words, for my story. Laura Cronk for her genuine kindness and for creating a welcoming environment. And of course, Seth Graves for always listening and holding space. It would be really strange not to mention the global pandemic we are currently experiencing. In my opinion, this pandemic is an empathy-building exercise for all of us. My time at the new school has pushed me to continue using questions as part of my ongoing journey for deeper understanding. Here are some questions I have been grappling with in this strange time. What feelings does limited mobility bring about for you? What thoughts do heavy-handed government regulations conjure up? What new ideas has this lesson on our global connectedness inspired? How has your definition of essential evolved in this time? How will these shape the way you move through life going forward? What offerings gleaned from your time at the new school are you incubating to share in our new world to come? My pandemic story includes coming home to Garankuwa, South Africa over spring break to see family and friends that I hadn't seen in 2 years. My plan was to visit before starting to work in the US through OPT. But 2 days before my return to New York City, my country imposed a level 5 lockdown, which prevented me from leaving South Africa. At first, I was excited to spend more time with my family, eating all the foods I had missed in the US, like bohobe, maotwana, mohodu, letebelekwane, kgemere, acha, and sharing in the joys of catching up around the beloved braai stand. I felt lucky to be safe and at home. I caught up with friends, I journaled, meditated, I journaled some more. I listened to audiobooks, I watched cartoons with my nephews, cooked, baked, and enjoyed the joys of domestic life. As time passes, however, I've begun to feel less inspired to connect with others. My online classes have kept me afloat by keeping me in touch with the community that invigorate me. Not to make light of the pandemic's devastating impact, but it feels oddly fitting for a group of people with unconventional pathways to their degree to be sharing in an unconventional graduation ceremony. Personally, I envision clinking champagne glasses somewhere hot, but instead, I'm anxiously waiting for my pineapple beer experiment to brew. Why homemade beer? Well, in our national lockdown, the sale of alcohol is prohibited. Yes, I know, very painful. I hope that all of you are safe and able to take a bow. And to quote Snoop Dogg when he received his star on Hollywood Walk of Fame, thank your own damn self for showing up, for working hard, for persevering, and for returning, even when the odds were against you. Congratulations, class of 2020. We did it.
Cheers! Ching ching! Ching ching! Ooh, let me pause. That's the end of the video. But obviously the original video I made had a lot of like, pausing at the end, etc. So that was the video, the first one that I made. I have to say that something that kind of like was itching at me or annoying me for a while after I made the speech was the fact that I quoted Snoop Dogg, who in recent times, and I guess for quite a while, has been someone who is considered to be problematic. But I felt like the quote that he said was still really relevant, and there's a lot of problematic people we quote on a daily basis. I'm not trying to be part of that squad, but it is what it is. I felt like that quote was a perfect summation, especially because this video was meant to be 5 minutes. 5 minutes way. I struggle to tell a story in less than 10 minutes. Even for people who know me personally, I'm quite long-winded. I like to add spice to my stories. So the fact that I managed to get it to 6 minutes, 56 seconds is a feat in itself. Now, let's move on to the second video.